Welcome back to Just Online Maths. We are still on factorization. Today we are going to look at quadratic trinomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c. Now, when we talk of quadratic trinomials, we are talking about an expression which contains three terms. So we have term 1, term 2, term 3, okay, where b and c are constants. Good. Now let's try our first example and see. Now, here we are going to look for two numbers that if you multiply, it will give you positive 6. Now, the same two numbers, when you add them, it should give you negative 5. Now, I'm repeating it. I said we are going to look for two numbers that if you multiply, it will give you positive 6. But the same two numbers, when you add them, it should give you negative 5. Now, so how we find the numbers? We have 2 times 3, which will give us 6. Now, so what I'm going to do to get negative 5? It means you have to negate the two numbers, negative 2, negative 3. Because negative 2 times negative 3 will give us positive 6. And negative 2 plus negative 3. Negative 2 plus negative 3 will give us negative 5. So these are the two numbers. Good. Now let me teach you a trick here. Whenever this place is negative and here is positive, automatically those two numbers will be negative. So take note. That's why I had negative 2, negative 3. So take note. So we are going to use these two numbers to replace the negative 5. So you are going to maintain your negative, you are going to maintain your 2x squared, you are going to maintain your positive 6, and replace these two numbers with the negative 5. Good. So you are going to have x squared minus 3x. You can make anyone first, okay? The 2 and the 3, you can make anyone first. Minus 2x plus 6. So this is our first step. Good. Because negative 3 plus negative 2 give me negative 5x. Now, when you are done, we are going to group them. Method of grouping. So, in a previous lesson, we learned how to group them. Good. So, we are going to have x squared minus 3x into one bracket. Now, minus 2x plus 6 in another bracket. So, our next step is to factorize. So we are going to have which variable is common here is x. So we are going to have x into brackets. What remains here is x because x times x will give us x squared minus. Now x is already out. So what remains here is 3. So 3. Good. Minus which figure is common here is 2 because 2 can go to itself. And at the same time goes to 6. So 2 is common. 2 will come outside into bracket. Now x, because 2 is out, x remains here. Now take note, negative times positive is negative. So we are going to have negative 2 times what will give you 6 is 3. Good. So in our previous lesson, we learned that whenever you factorize, the brackets should be the same. So take note. Whenever you factorize and the brackets are not the same, that means you are wrong. Are you getting it? That's good. So here we are going to group all the numbers outside the bracket in one bracket. We are going to have x, this x minus this 2. Then this and this, we pick one because they are the same. So we are going to have x minus 3. So this is our final answer. Okay, good. So this is our final answer. Now, when the question is theory, this is how you're going to present your work very neatly. Now, let me teach you a trick here. If it is an objective test, if it's an objective test, after finding the numbers, now the numbers are negative 2, negative 3. So just write x minus 2 in one bracket. X minus 3 in one bracket. So that's the final answer. So objective test, you don't have to go through all this method to get your answer. Just after getting the numbers, just x minus 2, x minus 3. So we had the same thing here. Have you seen? That's good. So this is how you are going to what? Factorize quadratic trinomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c. And we are getting all the steps. Good. That's good. Now let's try our second example here. Let's see. So we are going to have y squared minus 10y plus 21. Good. Now, you've gotten the numbers, the two numbers. Now, look for two numbers that if you multiply, please, if you multiply those two numbers, it will give you positive 21. But the same two numbers, when you add them, it will give you negative 10. And I told you that in order to guess the two numbers easily, whenever here is negative and here is positive, it means that automatically the two numbers will be negative. So, ask yourself, what two numbers will give you 21 when you multiply it? So we have 3 times 7 will give me 21. But when you add them, it should give you negative 10. It means I have to negate the two numbers. So I'm going to have negative 3 times negative 7. And negative 3 minus 7 will give us negative 10. Here will give us 21. So these are the two numbers that if you multiply, it will give you 21. But the same two numbers, when you add them, it will give you 10. Good. After getting the numbers, we are going to replace the two numbers with a negative 10. So we are going to have y squared minus 3y minus 7y plus 21. Now, we are going to method of grouping. We are going to group them. So we are going to have y squared minus 3y, all in one bracket, minus 7y plus 21 in another bracket. So our next step is to factorize. Good. So, which variable is common here is y. So we are going to have y into brackets. What remains here is y because y times y will give us y squared. Good. So, minus y is already here. So what remains here? 3. Minus, which figure is common here? Is 7 because 7 can go to itself and goes to 21. Good. So we are going to have 7 into bracket. What remains here? Y. Now, take note here. Negative times positive will give us negative. So we are going to have minus. What will give you 21? Is 3. Good. When you factorize, the bracket should be the same. Good. So we are going to group all the variables after the bracket in one bracket. So we are going to have y minus 7. Then this and this will choose one. Y minus 3. So this is our final answer. Are you getting it? Good. Please, look the way I presented my work. Try and be neat. Please. Here we build confidence and we learn how to present our work neatly. Please. Good. So this is how we are going to solve quadratic trinomials. So take note. Now I want you to try this example for me. Try this example for me. Try this example for me. We are going to have a squared plus 8a minus 33. Good. Now, we are going to look for two numbers that if you multiply, it will give you negative 33. But the same two numbers, when you add them, it will give you positive 8. Now, let me give you another trick here. You see, this place is positive and here is negative. So whenever this place is positive and here is negative, automatically one of the figures will be positive and another one will be what? Negative. So take note. Unlike this one, whereby all the two figures will be negative, negative. Here is positive, here is negative. So one of the numbers will be positive and one will be negative. So take note. So you are getting the two numbers. Good. Your guess is good as mine. That's good. What are the numbers? The numbers will be negative 3 times 11. Have you had it? Good. Because negative 3 times 11 will give me negative 33. Negative 3 plus 11 will give me 8. So these are the two numbers. Now, I hope you can solve number 3 for me. That's good. So, try your hands for me. Try your hands. Don't give up. Please, in mathematics, we don't give up. Please, try your best and understand everything. If you have any problem, just give your comment. I will reply you. Please, keep on enjoying mathematics. Keep on building your confidence here. I beg you, please, try and follow Jack's online maths. I wish you all the best.